Okay, but now I see you press record.
I did push record.
Oh
Okay,
my
so now-
god.
I don't know how you want to start this.
I
We'll
mean,
do it live.
originally, I was just going to do a British accent. Say hello and welcome to the Josh Knows Nothing podcast.
Starting.
Obviously, it started because you already hit record.
All right, and we're off to a horrible start already.
Didn't see you there.
You just had to sneak it
had to say
in.
it.
You had to say it.
He did.
Welcome to the Josh Knows Nothing podcast.
Yes, I already said that.
You did say that already.
I did.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Let her finish.
Yeah.
You,
To play us out.
We literally play us out. We literally spent 15 minutes trying to convince me to do this, so I'm going to do it. Welcome to the Josh Knows Nothing podcast. This is our official third podcast. Thanks for all the support, and please remember to follow and share. We are officially on iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Podbean. And also thank you to Emily for killing it on social media.
She is killing it on social
She
media.
is. Those
I
memes
mean,
are
physically
beautiful.
murdering it.
Yeah, physically getting on, choking Zuckerberg.
Yes.
Ooh.
Into, is that too much?
No.
Is that too much?
You know he can listen to us.
Well, I'm not posting on. Oh no, I am.
No, the Facebook will only pick it up if you say lizard. If you say Mark Zuckerberg and lizard, then it
trigger
ends up in his
word.
queue for
Like
him to
you just
listen
did?
to. Yeah.
Yeah,
So now he's going to hear this.
great.
You should do that accent for the entire podcast.
I can if you
I
want
know
me
you.
to.
I know you're capable of it.
Should I do
You
it?
have some fun stories about how you're capable of doing things like that.
I don't.
Where you've done it for like a whole day.
Oh, yeah. No, I
or
did it for
more.
a whole weekend.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
I was Australian for a whole weekend.
Didn't
Well, I
you-
guess I'll be British for this podcast.
Didn't you
then.
pretend to be Jamaican?
Oh, God.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Didn't you pretend to be Jamaican for a substitute teacher? And you
I
convinced
did.
him?
Yeah,
Did you seriously?
yeah. It was awful though. I'm way
Oh,
too white
God.
for that.
I mean, I guess
And my name's
This-
like Josh.
this.
That's the least Jamaican thing you could have gone with. Besides, like,
Maybe you
I
were raised
mean-
there. You got weird parents or something.
Yeah,
They just-
maybe your mum was Jamaican, and I don't know.
I don't know, but you're making me crazy.
Either way, I guess if I'm going to do this the whole time, I should just right now apologize to anyone who's actually.
is this
British.
racist? Are we appropriating someone's
No,
culture?
I mean,
That's digital Brit face.
okay. All right.
digital Brit face.
All right. Well, let's.
Crumpets and tea. Doctor
Okay. Okay. Now it's offensive.
Sherlock Holmes. I don't know.
Oh God. Again, I apologize, not just for myself, but these two buffoons.
My word, Thaddeus, you are quite the looker.
Careful, Icarus.
All right. Let's get into this.
All right, so let's start this off.
Yes.
Alex, how was your week?
I haven't thought
Okay,
about
Anna,
it.
how was
Okay,
your
well,
week?
all right.
My week was busy.
Busy.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time helping you with your homework, and
Okay, that's embarrassing. Don't tell people that.
oh my God, you've already admitted that I did all your homework in middle school anyway.
What's happening?
Hold on.
Okay.
We let Alex have a laptop,
Okay.
and it's,
Well, okay. So, can I tell you about my week?
Yeah, you tell me
yeah.
about your week.
Okay. So, basically, it involved a lot more property damage and endangerment than I would have expected.
oh,
Oh yes.
I'm not going to elaborate too much on that.
Oh,
Let's just say
please.
there was some fire involved and
Mistakes
melted
were made.
skin. There was some melted skin. It's a long story. You haven't heard. You want me to get into it?
can you do like the short, like the abridged version?
There was alcohol. There was homemade napalm, and it got stuck to somebody's arm, and they are going to live with that for probably the rest of their lives.
You know, we were talking about trigger words, and I feel like napalm
Right.
is one of those words that.
Especially homemade napalm.
It's styrofoam in a glass jar that you pour gas over. There
Don't
you go. I just
tell
taught,
them
I just
how to
taught you
do
how
it.
to make something
Okay, yeah,
extremely
what-
dangerous.
Oh my God.
Now we're on the FBI flag list. But guess what? Views are views. All right. The FBI has to view this now, and we're going to get views from that. So
Oh no.
it works out.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's exciting. My week was
Yeah.
significantly less exciting as it was before. I have a job.
Yay! That's
I have
true.
a job. For those who don't know, I'm getting out of the military. August 17th is my last day. Even though I'm on leave right now, so I don't actually go in.
That's in like, that's in like 4 days.
I know.
5 days? Oh
We
my
gotta have a
no.
bash, some sort of bash.
We seriously
bash.
have to have a party or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so
I
excited.
concur.
Well,
We did see a movie this week though.
we did. We saw
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw, which is a fantastic movie.
It was so good.
Insufficient bash.
What?
Yeah, we must make it bigger.
No, it was great. Go see it.
Yeah, the bash is me walking up to the Air Force recruiter and begging to keep my rank as I switch over.
Please.
Please. Well, yeah, so I finally got a job, which is nice. And
Always good.
So we're going to change the podcast name to Josh Knows Employment.
Yeah.
Josh knows very little
Yeah.
because now I do know that I have a job.
Yeah,
But
you know something.
Let us know if you want us to do a completely separate, like 15-minute podcast on Josh's transition to civilian
hold on.
life.
Before I totally forget this, I want to do 2 episodes a week. I just
That's
don't
bold.
think that doing what we're doing right now
Mm-hmm.
twice a week. I don't know if people want that. I don't even think people want this.
So obviously, let's
But if
give
you
them
do,
more.
if you're listening and you have an idea for something that maybe you picked up on that you've listened, if you want us to do like a, maybe we just talk about movies or, entertainment or
Because
whatever.
nobody talks about movies.
Or
Yeah, and honestly, nobody talks. It's like a little gem that no one talks about.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think we could
Or
fill that.
Yeah,
Maybe we
it's a
could
niche.
attempt to unravel the mysteries of Alex's brain.
You're going to need a lot of time.
That's what I'm saying. We got
That's-
one episode a week. There
Journey
you
through
go.
the Cosmos with Alex Lane.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, he can suck my ass.
No, Neil has he's lost grace in the eyes of the everyman. He's put out some weird stuff on Twitter, and people are like, "Why?"
Yeah, well, age.
I don't wanna
he's
get
getting
into-
up there.
I don't want to. Yeah. Oh, is
Yeah.
he senile
Okay.
now? Is that-
All right.
is that
Okay.
No, he's looked into the sun a little bit too much. I think that's
Let's
what.
not.
He stared into the void of the cosmos, and the
There
there you
cosmos stared
go.
back.
Yeah,
It's exactly
exactly.
Incredible.
He knows too much.
Oh, see, I keep doing that. I think we're all doing that. Is that?
That's just you two, literally.
I started doing it.
It's a
before
Langdon
we
trait.
Recorded.
I don't know. I hate it. Someone I talked to on the phone mentioned it. I'm like,
Yikes.
whoops.
Now you're gonna make me self-conscious about it.
Yeah. Well, every time I'm going to bring it up and draw attention to it.
I like
so,
it.
Okay, I imagine that, like, so nobody's going to listen to this. We can all agree on that.
Yeah, you can say whatever you
I
want.
imagine that when I'm 90 years old or something, I'm going to be able to, like, just look back and listen to this and be like, why was I so retarded?
Oof. I don't think you can say that. I think you have to say.
I don't think so either.
Oh,
I think you have to say
2019.
You're challenged.
challenged.
I
Is that
think,
it?
right? Is
I
that,
don't know.
I don't
is
know.
that
I
the
don't think you
word?
can call people retarded.
I can't keep up with that. That's like a whole other spectrum. I'm worried about other things that I shouldn't be saying. Because that's sort of a thing that, like, came and went. You
I
know?
think it
Now
depends
we're
on the
worried about,
context,
like,
right?
well, you can't say Fredo, okay?
I'm offended.
Well, okay.
You're insulting my heritage.
Yeah.
She said, impersonating a British.
Yeah, wow.
There
okay.
can be people who live in Britain whose ancestors were from
Yeah.
Italy.
I'm
Thank you
vaguely
very
I
much.
like to
white,
think that
so-
somewhere in Britain there's like a podcast startup that someone's doing, and they've got someone pretending to be American.
I would love that, actually.
Cowboys and
Yeah.
burgers. And,
I literally think that's what they
Whoever they are,
when they think
though, like,
American, they think of, like,
mental instability.
the
them.
South. I think
I
they
need-
would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever they are, we need to find them.
Remember when we had
Collaborate.
slaves?
Oh no. Let's backpedal.
Actually, that would be both sides of the fence, though.
That's true. Nobody talks about that.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Okay.
Okay, we really don't need to get into
Yeah, we
American
spiraled
or,
toward-
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to our
or
first thing.
British history.
Well, let's just
But
dive in, you know?
I guess so. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm doing it. Okay.
ASMR.
Alrighty.
ASMR.
Hi. Okay.
Welcome to the Josh Knows Nothing podcast.
Stop it.
Are
Stop
you
it.
whistling?
You not whisper and ASMR? I don't really know anything
I
about
don't
it.
think you whistle in ASMR.
Oh,
That's
whatever.
pretty weird. You just did.
All right. So basically, there's no good segue at this point. So, Alex, what are a few of your favorite movies?
I did not think of anything to answer this.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
I told you that we were going to talk about this.
Okay, when I was younger, it was War of the Worlds. You know, the one with Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah.
But that was when I was
the one
younger.
where Dakota Fanning screamed the entire movie.
Sure. It's just like I haven't
It's a good
updated my
one.
list since because
That's fair.
so many great movies have come out that it's just like I don't know.
I think
It's
you're
hard
right.
to.
Okay, just like a few you enjoy then.
That's hard too. Honestly,
Just one?
I'm just blanking out.
War of
Just
the
one.
Worlds is the only movie.
The new Blade Runner.
Oh, okay. Was it Blade Runner
2049 or something?
Yeah.
2049. Okay, see, now that... You can't say that.
Why can't I
Because
say
that was my
Oh my
recent
god.
favorite movie.
It was for a while, yeah.
I saw that in IMAX.
I took that from you.
I know you
Okay,
took that.
I'm
well,
not giving
is
it
it
back.
your favorite movie because you saw it in IMAX?
No, I saw it in IMAX, and I don't know if it's because I saw it in IMAX, because I watched it again,
It was good.
and it wasn't as impactful, but it was still good. It's still a good movie, but it's very, like, drawn out.
the effects were
the
amazing.
effects were amazing, which is why seeing it in IMAX and taking it all in was great. I thought it was probably the best movie of when it came out, 2017.
17?
Is like because it came out the same time as that Star Wars movie,
I honestly can't remember what came
and
out.
I
in
thought it was way
2017.
better than Star Wars.
It was.
I know a lot of
Yeah.
people hated it because it was slow.
The new Star
But-
Wars are just kind of lost in me a little bit. They seem like a little just directionless. I don't know. They're like, it feels to me like they're just rehashing
Yeah.
and just I don't know, plundering the Star Wars image. I don't know. I'm not
They're
feeling it.
trying to. I think the pressure's getting to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think
the
maybe
problem
going with the Skywalker, like continuing that is just too much.
I always felt
Yeah.
like Rey wasn't a very compelling character. I mean, I don't know.
I don't have any closure with Rey. Like, she's all about trying to find her parents, but we have literally not explored that at all.
Well, yeah, that's the
Like-
problem with it, having the different directors. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
we had all this stuff that The Force Awakens builds up, and then Snoke's dead, Captain
Yeah.
Phasma's dead, her parents were hobos or useless or whatever.
They just
And it's
left her
like,
on a desert planet.
They can throw some misdirection in there. Maybe her
Yeah.
parents are someone else, and I mean it's Kylo Ren who told her that. So
Right.
I mean,
Hopefully.
can't trust him.
Yeah.
But-
hopefully we'll find out.
I mean, still, it just a lot of things that they could have done better. I
Yeah.
liked the movie if it was separate from the Skywalker thing, and they got rid of the casino, and they just kind of had the whole idea of them being in a spaceship and having to figure
Yeah.
out what to do because of being chased. If you just had that like a random frigate and have like
just
a
like
new cast of characters, I think they could have made that way better.
like just like a Star Wars universe
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. Okay, I get that. Those are the only movies you've liked over the course of your
I mean,
life?
nothing else really spring to mind. No, I mean, I like a ton of movies. It's just,
Yeah.
it's hard to pull one out of the
Okay,
sea.
well, what's your favorite Disney movie, like animated?
I don't really know that I have a favorite
Oh
Disney
my
animated. I'm not like a
God.
huge
Like
Disney
one that you
person.
liked when you were a kid?
I'm drawing blanks.
Emperor's New Groove. Come on.
Oh my
Is that,
gosh.
is that actually a Disney movie?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, then that one.
It's a
yeah.
phenomenal film.
Emperor's New Groove, of course.
My favorite
Yeah.
animated one that's come out recently is definitely Spider-Man.
Oh,
I took
Oh, the
Yeah.
Into
I took
Spider-Man?
Oliver, my son, to see it,
Yeah.
and I thought it was one of the best Spider-Man movies I've
was
ever
good.
seen.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked the callbacks, the
Yeah.
references. I mean, they were very cheeky with it. It was
I didn't know-
all super well done.
Anything about Miles Morales' Spider-Man, I
Yeah.
thought it was kind of like a cheap. I wasn't sure what they were doing with it.
Yeah.
I kind of hated the idea of just having Spider-Man not be Peter Parker and then
Yeah.
just having a different race play Spider-Man. I felt
Yeah.
like it was kind of forced.
yeah.
But then when I watched it, it was so seamless that
yeah.
it's actually takes place in Peter Parker's world.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
I think it was like the perfect way to, because I'm sure a lot of these people, you know, who actually read the comics knew of all of these different subsets of Spider-Man, and actually getting to see them all do that
Yeah.
must have been
Yeah.
super cool. It was
Yeah.
probably like I love the movie, but I can't imagine how they felt. Like
Yeah.
that's probably
Oh,
super
yeah.
super cool.
And like,
It was a perfect example of like not forcing something on people, like it making it feel forced.
yeah.
Like the female Ghostbusters, that was so
Ah.
Yikes.
rough. I wouldn't have mind
Yeah.
having some sort of female Ghostbusters-esque type movie, but not make it so apparent that they're just trying to do a female version of the same movie.
Right.
That's what made it worse.
Maybe if it could have been like the new generation of Ghostbusters or like something like that incorporated the old characters into like the new.
Oh, sure.
I don't
Didn't
know.
they do that, or was that?
No,
It's
they
sort
just
of-
guessed. Like they just had cameos from the originals.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't
So
like that.
and they weren't their own characters either. They were just
Yeah.
like a separate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
thing.
Weird.
Well, this brings me to asking our British friend here what her favorite movies are.
I would say a few of my favorites. Well, my favorite animated is Pocahontas or Mulan. Either one of those.
That dragon.
Yeah, I mean,
Use the
Mushu
shit.
is
I like
just
that.
amazing. But I actually had my mom cut my hair to be like Mulan when I was a
Did
kid.
you really?
Yeah, I did. It turned out horribly. She had to take me to like a salon and get it fixed because she really botched it. Sorry, Mom, for calling you out on that. But that's definitely a good one. I'd say recently I really love Hobbs and Shaw. That was really good.
That was really good. We
It
saw
was-
that together.
It was a surprising comedy action film.
I
don't
mean,
know.
the trailer was so well done that I
Yeah.
already knew that I was going to really. Well, if you could hear that, that is my son. He's with us today. He's running around the apartment with Emily.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean the studio?
I mean, the
Oh, yeah, the studio.
high-end studio we have been renting,
Yes.
owning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the official
Yeah.
Josh Knows Nothing
Sometimes he
podcast
runs
studio.
by and bumps into our gold mics.
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah.
so the trailer for Hobbs and Shaw was so perfect.
Yeah.
And like I had nothing. I mean, going with how Fast and Furious has gone, it's no longer Fast and Furious like
Yeah.
1, 2, probably 3.
Yeah.
It's about the cars. No, it's like so ridiculous,
Yeah.
but at the same time it's still really entertaining. Even if the story doesn't make perfect sense, it's still like really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I like well, let me start off with the only thing I didn't like about that movie was the helicopter.
Oh God.
The
Okay.
helicopter
All right.
scene-
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay,
Stop.
all right.
Before we get into this, Josh was a Black Hawk mechanic for a while in the army, so he has this issue
Yeah, he had
with
to go
anything
up,
helicopter
okay.
related.
I'm no expert in
No, but it
with
just-
helicopters, and all my friends would attest that I know nothing about helicopters.
Because you know nothing
But
in
I
general.
did work with them for, I'd say 4 years,
Yeah.
and the rest of the time I was hiding. But the things that they did in that was just
Yeah.
impossible. So that's
Yeah,
the only
it
thing
was-
that took me out of it. I hate knowing that I know how helicopters work.
But honestly, the best part of that though is that I know he hates it. So I would look over, and he's just staring. He just has this look of disgust on his face,
Yeah.
and it was just that made it funny for me because he's like, "That's not why." Why that?
I
Why?
just look. That was bullshit.
Like, yeah. But other than that, it was a phenomenal film. The Lord of the Rings films.
Oh yeah, well,
I
of
mean,
course.
that's an
It's actually a federal crime to not like the Lord of the Rings. I mean, they're
Yeah.
incredible.
I think you can dislike the Hobbits.
Yeah,
just
you-
not
yeah.
the Lord of the
That's-
Rings.
yeah, the Hobbit's debatable, but
mean,
Lord of the Rings.
I
no.
I respect the Hobbit films for
Some of the acting.
the acting, and also they filmed it in high frame rate, so it was like double your typical frame rate. So when you saw it in IMAX or 3D, it felt very real. Like it really put you in it. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, you could actually get PTSD from smog.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some like
Sure.
I heard there's like retconning of some sort, like where somebody references to like Legolas or something. That there's a ranger in the north, but like I think in
Yeah,
the books like
he
that
does.
doesn't match up. So
Well, no,
like I heard
Legolas-
there's some things like that.
The problem is Legolas isn't in the book. He's not in The Hobbit at all.
Well, there you go.
But because he was a popular character, they decided to bring him back.
Right.
And then also Tariel, she doesn't even exist at all. They
Ooh.
just made her for the movie. So that whole love story is like,
Yikes.
sorry, if you guys thought it was canon, it's not.
Well, it's just because everyone loved Legolas.
Yeah,
So
'cause he's
Why
phenomenal.
wouldn't you put him in it?
Yeah.
because everyone loves them. But that's the
sorta not.
problem
You also-
because all the fans are like, well, that's not how that works.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though is that was his first film. That was Orlando Bloom's first film.
Wow.
Getting out of film school.
He's out there
that crazy?
taking them hobbits to Isengard. and
Yeah,
that's
like-
That's
what?
his first task as a.
And
He
like
can do anything.
Yeah.
he
He
and
can even be in a middling Pirates of the Caribbean
yeah.
franchise. Well, not at first. At
Well,
first, they were very, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't
They
seen
were
any of the
good.
new
They were
ones.
great. Those are another good one. Watch those if you haven't. The fourth one's not that great, but this last one was good. But anyway, he actually broke his back in acting school as well. He fell off a building.
Elephant?
Yeah, elephant.
No, that probably gave him PTSD though. But
Oh,
no, he
yeah.
broke his back. So it was like 3 years later he did Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
So
So
wow.
did he get like?
That was perfect timing.
Did he get like a spine enlargement for like playing a tall elf?
No. No.
I figure it's the perfect time to do it while his back is already broken.
No.
He was like 4'8", now all of a sudden he's like 6'2".
Yeah.
But it's all in it's
his
all in the
legs are
chest.
not
Yeah, his
proportionate.
leg.
Yeah. But you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's always that one friend while you're watching it who sits in just wants to point out all the behind the scenes stuff. Like, oh, did you know Vigo actually broke his foot when he kicked that helmet? And it's like,
Yeah, I hate
okay,
that.
come out with something that like we haven't heard before.
Yeah.
Like not
Or better yet, don't talk when I'm trying to watch a movie.
That's also
I
true.
hate when people.
I usually
My old
refuse.
roommate,
Mm-hmm.
Kasky, he bless his soul, he was a talker. And I remember us. It was one of the Captain America
Mm-hmm.
movies. I think it was the second one.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. He
You're welcome.
talked like through that entire movie.
Oh God.
And like we were actually at the movie theater.
Ooh, no.
So I'm like, dude, I paid for this. I
hate
can't.
that.
I actually went back to watch it again because I
Yeah.
didn't really get much out of it because the whole time I was telling him to be quiet.
I hate that.
Yeah, dude, shut
And
the f-
yeah, and like when
Get
I
out, just get out.
when I
Go play in the
worked,
arcade until this movie's done.
seriously, here's some money. Yeah, when I worked at the movie theater, we could bring someone in for free, like a guest.
Ooh.
And if they would come in and then be on their phone the whole time, or like talk, it used to make me so mad. Like I had to work an entire shift to get you in here for free, and you're gonna completely ignore the movie.
Yeah, wow.
God.
Whack.
Whack. Well,
Whack.
speaking of Marvel movies, Endgame was one of those
Yeah.
movies that
Of course. Yeah.
I think I agree with a lot of
Endgame.
people when they say Infinity War was better
Yeah, it
as
was.
as a whole. There were parts in Endgame that I think exceeded or was on par with.
Yeah,
I treat them like the same movie. I mean,
mean,
they're
they-
basically a one and a two part. I mean,
they are.
Well, you can't have like. There are some movies like, for instance, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
The last two that was split into the last book that was split into two movies.
Yeah.
The first part was incredibly boring.
Yeah. Nothing really
And
happened.
like, if you actually liked Harry Potter and you watched them, I would say that one is the worst one. Like boring wise.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'll give you that. Yeah.
at least for me, it was. And then the second one, it was. I mean, it could have been just like that, pretty boring. But that last duel between Potter and Voldemort. I mean, he
yeah.
Why'd you say it like that?
Potter.
Potter.
What are you, Draco over there?
Yes, he is.
What are you doing, Potter? I swear, Draco is like my Joffrey.
Oh no.
I hate him so much.
Yeah.
Like anything else he's in, I immediately hate.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually a good actor, and I guess a lot of people are like, just like with Joffrey, he's like, oh well, everyone. He's actually such a nice guy, and
Yeah.
everyone loves him on set. But if you're at home watching it, you're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I hate him.
They gotta pay. I hope that they pay people who play characters like that. I hope that they get paid like twice as much because they get hated by like everybody.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, they deserve more money for that.
Like Ray Fiennes, like he plays Voldemort, but I'm sure he's a nice guy, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
he kind of wanted to destroy humanity.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were talking about Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame. So Endgame was the end of Phase 3,
Mm-hmm.
or technically Spider-Man actually was the end of Phase 3.
Which I still haven't seen
Right.
yet.
Yeah, which you haven't seen that, so we're gonna go ahead and spoil it for you now.
Yeah. No. Please don't. I will walk off the set.
Do it.
They have announced the Phase 4 movies. So I
Ooh.
thought we'd go over a few of them here that I'm excited for, at least.
Let's do it.
Well, the first one that's coming out in May 1st, 2020 is the Black Widow movie.
A little late.
I feel like it's a little late. I
Right.
thought this movie was going to be primarily in her past. That's what a lot of people were saying, but after
Yeah.
looking it up, it doesn't seem like that's the case. There's going to be
What?
flashbacks. It actually is going to take place during like right before Infinity War.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, but then there'll be callbacks. You'll find out like what happened in Budapest.
yes.
Like, so I
Ah.
guess
So
Hawkeye
excited.
should be in it and things like that. So that's just what I read. Who knows? What do I know? But I think that
Well,
the movie will be good.
Nothing, according to the
You
title
don't
of this
know.
podcast.
Yeah, I think this movie should have came out before.
I agree.
I mean,
I agree.
it kind of sucks that she didn't get her own movie.
Sooner.
I mean,
And Hawkeye's getting his
yeah.
own TV series, so like
Yeah.
he doesn't even get a movie. And I mean, I would have been fine if that came out beforehand. I mean, he's still alive though, so it makes more sense.
That's true.
But I think that she deserved to have her own movie and
Mm-hmm.
for us to find out, because it kind of takes the impact away now that we know what happened to her in Endgame.
Right.
So
And I feel like because her movie's coming out, that's why they didn't really give her a send off in Endgame.
Yeah.
Because we're still going to see her.
Yeah, though I thought it was weird. I mean, I'm just gonna assume everybody's seen Endgame at this point, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they
if you
did the
haven't, I mean.
funeral, part for a character I won't specify, but they didn't do one for her, which I guess we've just spoiled what happens to her. But,
Seriously.
okay,
you know,
Iron
I
Man
didn't
dies,
spoil it.
and
okay,
the
all
movie's literally out now on Blu-rays.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it's your fault.
right. Yeah, okay.
Or seen anything on the internet.
So,
Or,
Yeah, there's no
boy
way you
Iron
don't
Man
know.
got a funeral, but you know what, Black Widow? Nah.
No, she had at the end they talked. It was like Hawkeye and Wanda.
Yeah.
Because Vision also died, but we
Yeah.
never talked about it.
Yeah,
till
we
the
never
very
talked
end.
about that
No.
either.
Because Vision's dead.
Yeah.
He died at that.
Yeah.
In Infinity War. So
Which is going to make the WandaVision show really exciting,
Yeah.
which we haven't gotten to yet. But.
which I don't know anything about, but I mean,
No, but I feel like it's that whole period before Civil War where,
Yeah.
they're all off doing.
because there was a couple
whatever.
of years in between that. Because in
Yeah.
the Infinity War, whenever Banner comes back, he mentions that it's been a couple of years. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
We
The
shall
next,
see.
the Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's a TV show, right? Or is that
Yes,
the movie? That's
TV
It's
show.
a TV show. Yeah. First of all, Falcon. He is now the
Captain
new
America.
Captain America. He's got the shield.
But they're calling them Falcons.
They're calling him Falcon still. That's why I don't like the fact that he got it. I know in the comics he had the shield for a while.
I don't think they're going to call him Captain America. I think he's going to
No.
have the shield, but I don't think they're going to call him that.
I don't know. I wanted Bucky to have it. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it gets kind of pointed out to it, and Bucky is actually
I think
has
Bucky
the
deserved
serum
it.
and
Right.
stuff in him. He's actually
Right.
Bucky deserves it more.
He
I
does.
would say.
yeah. Falcon. He just has wings, to be honest. Other than that, he's just a normal dude.
Hey, I befriended you after I, got out of the icebox. So I wanted you to have the shield, but it's like, oh, hey, this is my childhood best friend who we served in the
That
army.
we literally
in the
did
40s.
an entire movie about
Yeah,
supporting him.
And like Iron Man, he's just a regular dude, but he's got a suit that completely covers his entire body.
He's a genius.
yeah. He's got
So,
lasers. He's got
all this
nanotechnology.
stuff.
Falcon's
And
got wings.
all he has is wings. He doesn't even have you could shoot him in the face and he's dead.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You could shoot him in the leg. He's can't walk.
Yeah.
Granted, he can fly, but whatever. You shoot his wings. That's his one
And
move.
he doesn't even at least Rhodey had a injury and needed to get new legs.
Yeah. In fact, if Rhodey and his dead legs were to fight the Falcon, I would take Rhodey
He'd probably win.
because
Yeah,
he
I
would
would say Rhodey
he
would
would
win,
win
yeah.
because he's got that suit. What's he gonna do with the wings? Nothing, and he's got machine guns.
I
It's
hope.
not gonna do nothing to War Machine.
See, they've got all of this stuff laid out, but I hope that they don't forget about Rhodey. I hope that they keep him in meaningful roles, because we don't really know what the state of Again, I haven't seen the Spider-Man movie. I know Nick Fury's in that. I'm sure he's up to some business, but
Yeah.
we don't really know what the state of the Avengers are going to be. At least I don't.
No,
and
we
what
don't really
Rhodey's
either.
Gonna,
I'm just. I
Well,
hope
that comes
Happy
into
stays in it.
in this phase 4. They're gonna introduce the Eternals, which I know very little
Yes.
about. All I know is they have an all-star cast with
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie and
Kumail Nanjiani got
Yeah, that guy.
ripped. He's buff. Oh, who
somebody
else
else,
is
too.
in it? Rob Stark, whoever, Richard Madden.
He's in it. The guy from Silicon Valley, the nerdy guy,
Which one?
the Indian guy.
That's him. Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh, I
That's
guess I
his
just
real
don't know his
name.
name. Wow,
Yeah,
wow,
he was in
I'm an idiot.
Stuba.
Wow.
If anybody saw Stuba or the
Oh
Big
yeah,
Sick.
Stuber. Duh.
The Big Sick's really good.
All right. Well, Shang-Chi is another one of those characters I don't know anything about.
Yeah, no.
I've looked up a little.
But it sounds cool.
It does
Sounds
sound
cool. I mean, I have learned to not hate. Once Marvel starts putting out movies that suck, I'll actually be more worried.
Right.
I mean, Ant-Man, I knew nothing about Ant-Man, and it sounded kind of lame. We already have Spider-Man. Why do we need Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Ant-Man came out. I immediately loved Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I think it was the casting of Paul
The
Rudd,
casting
though.
is they're nailing it. So that's why
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
the
like
thing. Whoever does Marvel's casting.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's perfect.
So
Incredible.
China's a big place, so it would make sense if they didn't do it. But I would love to see if they just pulled out the guy from Iron Fist, to because that I don't know. Have you guys seen Iron Fist?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ending of that with the revolver, the whole cowboy get up, and then his fist lit up and the gun lit up and everything.
Yeah.
And you're gonna leave me with that? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, show's over. Like what? What? Where do we
want
go
more
from
of
here?
that.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I always wanted to see like Daredevil, and because again they nailed the casting
Yeah.
for that. So it would have
I
been
would
cool
love-
to see them.
I would be ecstatic if Disney were to pick those shows back up because
Yeah, for their own
Well,
like.
yeah,
I mean, isn't that really the only reason why they're canceling them on
Yeah.
Netflix?
Well, because
I
after
think they're just consolidating
think
their
this-
power. I mean,
Right.
what movie was it? I think it was Infinity War. Is the Ant-Man and the Wasp? That is the
That's like
last
the last one.
Marvel movie that's going to go on Netflix. After that, none of them are going to go on Netflix, and they're all going to go to the Disney Plus
Yeah. Which is
service.
another thing
Yet another
you have to
freaking
pay for.
thing I got to pay for if I want to
it's
watch.
getting interesting. I heard actually
Oh,
because
are you offering?
Yeah. I heard because Disney's becoming such a big looming threat that CBS and Viacom are actually going to merge again.
Really?
And that's actually going to put all of Star Trek's assets in one place for the first time in a long time. It's like 2007 or something. So the movie owning of Star Trek and so technically the Kelvinverse will be combined with the shows under the same roof again, which would be cool.
I just don't think Star Trek is enough.
I think
It's not anywhere. I don't think
Yeah.
it's anywhere close.
I think
I think it's worthy
Yeah.
of. I mean, movie-wise, they're never gonna. These new
movie wise, maybe not, but I think some of these TV shows, with the stuff that they're pulling out with Picard and the hype that I'm seeing about it, I'm a little, I don't know. I'm excited to see where it'll go.
Yeah.
Because with Discovery, it seemed like, okay, they found their thing, and then how many seasons are we on now?
for Discovery.
Yeah.
2.
We're on 2. I feel like they just kind of, I don't know.
A lot of Star Trek
Retained
fans
the
jumped
audience,
ship
but not
after
really
that
grown
for a
it.
season.
Yeah.
Because they didn't like it. And I think that. I thought it was good. I think that it was different for sure. They forced some characters on us that I wish they hadn't.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was good. I still haven't seen the second season, but I've heard only really good things about it, including my
Yeah.
own father, who didn't really like the first season at all, was
Yeah.
disappointed, and then talked a lot of great things about the second season. So,
Yeah, I've heard it from a lot of places too.
in particular,
The second season's better.
was it Captain Pike? He was one of the big reasons. So,
It's just as it stands now, hearing the second season is better doesn't mean I'm ready to get to pay for the service. So, they throw the Picard in there and I hear good things about that too. I'll be like,
Right.
okay, I'll watch this, and then maybe after I'm done watching the Picard show, I'll
Yeah.
try out Discovery again. But
all right. Well, I feel like we're taking too long on this.
oh really?
The last couple things we got. So they got Loki TV show again.
Yes.
I love Loki,
I love him so much.
but again he died. So it's
no,
like, well,
he didn't.
he died.
No. I
From
refuse.
what we know, he died. So
I
unless the
refuse.
show is
The 2012 Loki that got the Tesseract and he escaped.
It is.
yes,
I'm
but that's like a
relatively
different.
Sure
that,
that's exactly
I don't
what it is.
feel like he's our Loki because all the stuff that we've gone attached to, He's now just that
He's
Loki
a
is dead.
trickster, all right? Maybe
No,
he tricks some
I
stuff.
don't think he's ever really changed. Okay, we could get into Loki all day long.
Yeah.
But they said, what I heard is that it's going to be like him changing history to suit his
That makes sense. Make him a bad guy again because that's pretty much what he is.
right.
Although we have to use the same tech, presumably that Tony Stark invented, that's still presumably around to time travel to fix it.
I think it'd be cool
No,
to
he has
see.
doesn't he have the time stone now? In
It'd
that?
be cool to see like Captain America like show up in some of these, like while he's putting some of the.
Well,
Oh, that's
you know,
right,
I
yeah.
heard that. I heard that theory that that's one of the things that Captain America did was get the Tesseract back from Loki and fix that time.
Well, he has to.
Period.
It's
Yeah.
a fix it. He has to do that.
So for the Loki TV show, I would love to see the end of the Loki TV show. Just Captain America just shows up,
That would be
decks him
really
in the face,
cool.
takes the Tesseract, and leaves.
Oh yeah, which is cool because it would mean that basically Captain America would have to come back and talk to, like, probably Thor to fix it. But if
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're not going to get Chris Hemsworth for this too, otherwise we're talking like a whole Avengers like show.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. It'd be interesting.
It would be.
I'd say that
I,
there's two movies in this Phase 4 that I'm most excited for. I think the first one that I'm most excited for is the new Thor movie.
Oh my God.
Just
Yes.
from the hype of the last one that was, I would say, in my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
interesting.
even.
Jane as I can't believe they're even bringing her back. Honestly,
I'm surprised they're bringing her back,
Yeah,
but I mean,
I am
Thor's
too.
going to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just going to be her.
The big one I'm excited for is the Doctor Strange in the multiverse.
That
of
is my
Madness.
Oh
second
yeah.
one.
That's and apparently the WandaVision show is supposed to lead into that movie.
I think the Eternals even because they're bringing like the whole
Yeah.
cosmic side to the Marvel universe that hasn't really
Yeah, I know
been here.
Wanda's
because
definitely
like
in.
I did more
Yeah.
research. The Thanos is actually an Eternal, or he's not Eternal. He's
Interesting.
he has something to do with the Eternals
Okay.
because they're like a group of they fought the Celestials or
The Celestials.
something
I
like this,
think.
like way back in
Yeah.
early human history. So I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see like Thanos again,
Yeah.
things like that. I don't know if that's where they're gonna go with it, but
Right.
no, one movie I didn't see was Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh yeah.
I noticed that was out. I mean, I know why, but
Yeah. I gotta
Um,
put it out a little bit.
yeah. And I think one of the most interesting is the What If
yeah,
animated
pretty
series that's
interesting.
going to
Yeah.
come out. It's
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
original actors, like actresses, their voices are going to be in it. I don't know about Iron Man or Captain America or any of them, but
But
I think it'd be
everyone
cool
else,
to
yeah.
test out like different things of like, what if this happened? What if, this
Yeah.
happened rather than that happened? I don't know. I think that'd be cool to see how they would take it if they could.
Yeah.
Might have even done some of these movies in certain ways like they wanted to do, but they couldn't.
Yeah.
And this is their chance to kind of fix that. And then they close it out with Hawkeye series for their Disney Plus thing. So I think that'll be
Which I feel like is what gonna fall in that time after the
That-
snap.
I think it's after the snap, and that's when he's going on his killing rampage, cyberpunk.
I don't think so. I think
No?
from what I heard, they're introducing a character that's in the comics for him, who's like a young.
Oh, is it his daughter?
I don't think it's
maybe?
his daughter, but it's like a young female protege that he.
Yeah, his daughter.
Yeah,
His
because
I
they
don't think
made
it's
a
his daughter.
point. They made a point in the beginning of Endgame to show him teaching her how to shoot.
Yes, but the character specifically is not. I mean, it's a different name. I don't
Yeah.
think it's his daughter, because apparently the character in the comics is different.
I guess we shall
Well, there
see.
might be different ones, but I think
Well, yeah,
I know
I
her
mean-
daughter his daughter picks up the.
Yeah, just because he
mantle.
teaches his kids archery doesn't mean they're all going to
No,
become superheroes.
No,
his
but-
daughter becomes.
Yeah.
Same with Morgan, Iron Man. Daughter
Yeah.
becomes an Iron Man-esque
character,
superhero. The new Avengers or something like that, whatever they're called.
which they kind of alluded to, and she had the
If
Helmet on.
okay, but if I was Hawkeye and I was all family oriented and I just lost my whole family, I wouldn't want to train my daughter to become.
No, he did it, but now just
All
Yeah,
right.
I-
Okay.
sure. Yeah, all right.
So while I was looking up Marvel stuff and all that, I thought about how everyone always talks about, policemen are like our modern day. They're like our superheroes.
Yeah.
Firemen and all that. But they do great things. But I want to know about the people who actually dress up and go out and fight crimes.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and I
Crusaders.
looked up, real superheroes.
Right.
I literally just Googled it, and a surprising amount of people showed up.
Oh, yeah.
I went ahead and had everyone find superheroes to talk about. Mm-hmm. People who I think he deserves to be in the MCU,
Oh,
have his
yeah.
own movie,
Definitely.
which would be interesting. The guy I chose, his name is Phoenix Jones.
Like
Okay,
Osmosis
if
Jones?
you look here, he's got this suit.
Osmosis Jones.
He's got this suit. He looks like a chubby
Oh, my God.
black Wolverine.
Oh, he's beautiful. I love
Oh
the
my
hair.
The
God.
hair is so
He's
perfect.
got the hair that
Looks
stands.
like
straight
it's
up
just
and
got like
cut.
it's like a box. It like catches rain or
He's
something. I
Black Superman.
don't- Yeah, there you go. So anyway, I cannot read this.
Do you need me to read it?
He started off just wearing a ski mask, as all great heroes do.
Oh, yeah.
But he eventually ended up he actually is wearing a $10,000 suit.
What?
It's actually Kevlar and all this in his suit.
See?
The reason for this is he's actually gotten injured a lot. He's been stabbed with a knife by trying to intervene with a drug dealer
What?
and a citizen, and it damaged part of his costume, which had to be repaired. He said the ballistic vest helped stop a bullet during an incident in Tacoma.
What?
Just hearing
Oh, my God.
like names like Tacoma, like just imagining this guy out there. In 2011, Jones claims to have his nose broken by an assailant while attempting to break up a fight. One man pulled out a gun on him while another one kicked him, breaking his nose. I'm just picturing in my mind this guy in a $10,000 suit just getting beat up by a couple of crackheads.
Seriously.
And the incident was reported to the police. This guy has his own private doctor. I'm talking like in Daredevil, how whenever he gets hurt, he goes to that nurse.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has that. He has
Oh
a private
my
doctor he
God.
goes to when he gets hurt.
What?
So
Does he like make money doing this? Is this like
no,
his
so
full-time
most
job?
of the heroes I found, most of
Yeah.
them they dress up, but they give food to homeless and
Yeah, but
they
like what
they
does
do
he
things like this. This guy actually goes out and fights crime.
But yeah, what does he do for a living that he can afford a $10,000 suit?
Well, he actually has a job here.
Oh god.
I'm trying to find this because I don't want it to mix it up with a different hero that we
God.
have. But from what I understand, this guy actually, yep, I was thinking of someone else. But this guy, he actually started basically his own Avengers or Justice League,
No.
where he got other heroes that are in his area,
Oh my
and they actually
God.
go and patrol like together.
Incredible.
Wait.
Could you imagine just walking
No.
around?
He's a professional MMA fighter.
Yeah, see, that's where when you look at his picture here, look at this. He's ripped.
Yeah.
This dude is like stacked,
Oh my god.
and he's actually got a matches. He's won pretty much everything except he's got 1 win by knockout, 4 wins by submission, and by decision he has 2 wins and then 3 losses
It's not bad.
and 1 draw, which I'm assuming that draw is his mortal enemy and villain. Oh, I guess I can find it here.
Probably.
Here you go. What is that? Tyrone? What does that say?
Tyrone Cunningham.
Tyson
Tyson
Cunningham. That's his main villain.
Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Should
so-
we release his real name?
Uh,
Well, no. I have it right here.
he just, I don't know. It's just crazy to me that this guy is
Wow.
out there, and he has a $10,000 suit. He says that the police brought it up, and I thought it was a very, good. Or
Yeah.
something that I probably wouldn't have thought about. Like, if you see this guy coming at you, you're thinking, I'm about to get robbed.
Yeah.
Because it's like
100%.
in the middle of the night, like he's roaming around
Yeah.
and he's coming at you. He looks, he's clearly up to something.
Right.
because who's out at 3 a.m?
Other than
And
like meth heads. you
other
know?
than people who are up to no good, or,
Right.
like, you know, kids or something. But he said that this suit helps people realize that he's actually a superhero and not a criminal.
Oh my
Really?
god.
Yeah. So his little Avengers squad is called it's called the Rain City Superhero Movement,
Oh my god.
which is a Seattle-based organization.
Wow.
So
Incredible.
That's
it's got a bunch
Wow.
of costume activists who describe themselves as a crime-fighting brigade.
Can we overlay like the Avengers music on like? Yeah, please.
Let's see. The group has stopped a carjacking.
Oh wow.
So, could you imagine? You're just a carjacker. You're trying to feed your family, right? So you got to steal a car. You got to get it.
Oh
Whatever.
my god.
You know, this is. You've got like a bunch of costume people jump you and just. One of them's an MMA fighter. He literally just beats the shit out of you.
Well, I
In a
think
$10,000 Kevlar suit.
at that point, how many superheroes does it take to stop a carjacking?
Oh yeah, it's like
Like,
At
do
what
it.
point did you just
imagining
become a
Spider-Man. Okay, so it's the level of threat is like Spider-Man, how he patrols the neighborhood or whatever,
Yeah.
and there's a guy and he's trying to steal someone's purse.
Yeah.
And now imagine you have Spider-Man show up, then you have Iron Man and the Hulk just show up and just obliterate this civilian. Like
God.
that would be amazing. I mean, granted,
At what point?
none
do
of
you
them are
just,
anywhere near that strength. But
No.
At what point do you just become a gang? I mean, they're just wandering around all together.
true.
Like their gang colors
Oh, yeah.
are just superhero paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And isn't actually being a vigilante a crime? Like, is that
yes.
illegal?
yeah, I mean, probably.
Oh my god.
I actually have a superhero. I actually remembered somebody
oh,
Who?
that I happen to know.
let's
Oh
hear
my
it.
God.
Might want
Who?
to actually look him up so you can see him over there on the screen. His
Okay.
name is Goose Wayne.
Goose
Is
Wayne.
anybody familiar with Goose Wayne?
No.
Goose Wayne.
All right.
Should we be?
So the story from what I have here and from what I can remember,
Oh god.
he's an Army veteran.
Oh no.
He went on Dr. Phil. Of
Oh,
all
no.
places.
What?
Yes, he went on
What?
Dr. Phil. I guess his real name is Giovanni. And what happened was he asked this woman to be his wife, and then 2 days after this, he changes his identity to Goose Wayne, and he apparently puts on some black face paint, like around his eyes, and
Yeah.
then the mask, and he's like refusing to take it off, and he wants to go down the aisle wearing this Batman
Oh,
mask.
no.
So they drag him out onto the Dr. Phil show, and he. I mean, he's like making like YouTube videos and stuff, and he tries to talk about
Oh
how,
my God.
you know, he's trying to do the whole superhero bit,
Yeah.
trying to bring in criminals. At one point, Dr. Phil asks Goose Wayne whether he understands that Batman is real or not, and he understands that. He says, "I don't even like cartoons."
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Let me guess. The title of that episode was "My Fiance Thinks He's a Superhero."
It sounds like a
It
TLC
actually honestly
show.
is,
Right.
yeah. I think it was something very like that,
Oh my
very similar.
gosh.
But this is very special because PewDiePie actually did a series of videos on Goose Wayne
Oh wow.
Oh my
because of the
God.
Dr. Phil episode before
Of
Dr. Phil got
course.
upset with him. So, yeah.
What was his power? Like what?
Yeah,
What did he?
He wore a Batman mask. I mean, he was
Oh.
Did he actually go out and fight crime?
apparently he went out to try to stop criminals.
Did he actually get married?
See,
Oh,
that's the thing.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a good conclusion here
Aw.
that I've pulled up anyway. I mean, if I did a little bit more digging, maybe.
Wow.
Okay, here's a Reddit post that says, after many months, Goose Wayne Batman finally got his life back.
Oh
Dot,
god.
dot. Let's see.
Finally got his life.
Finally got his life back.
He lost it.
So this is like Spider-Man 2 when he's like losing his abilities.
Yeah.
Ooh, so he
fine.
uploaded a video titled "Thank You PewDiePie and Community," and he doesn't have the face paint on.
Oh wow.
So
No.
Goose Wayne Batman, the top comment on the Reddit post says, "We did a good thing for once."
Oh wow.
So
See,
we
Wow.
saved this man's life.
I forget what hero it was, but I found one where he got arrested for assault. because he was trying to stop a fight or something. But I mean,
It was your
he
guy
did assault someone.
who
It was
pepper
my guy?
sprayed those two girls.
Yeah, he pepper sprayed
Yeah.
someone. Oh,
That was him. That was
Oh,
Phoenix
okay.
Jones.
So Phoenix Jones goes to court, and he's asked to take off his mask. And so he does, and then he puts it back on before he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
But when he goes to talk to the local news, he takes it off again and basically just gives away his identity.
Yeah.
So
It's basically the plot.
it's basically-
it's basically the plot of Iron Man.
Spider
Spider-
Man of Spiders.
Man of Spiders.
Anyway, Anna, you
Yeah.
had someone for us.
I do. So I found what I'm assuming is a man. His identity is still secret. But he's from Perth, Australia. And he runs around wearing a green skin tight spandex suit, full body, rainbow socks,
Wow.
and a glue-on mustache, and a black Speedo.
I
Kind
want
of
to know
over
what his
top of
origin
all.
story was like.
Kind of
Brand-
over
is that a
top of all
branded
that.
Speedo? Is it branded? I think I can see
It
the
is.
Speedo logo.
Yeah, it's branded Speedo.
Is he
so
sponsored by Speedo?
I don't think so, but at least he's buying quality.
She's running around with like Gucci slip-ons.
And he's
What's your super name? Gucci Man.
and he's got like a construction hat that he painted
Yeah,
green
yeah.
and like a red cape, and
He's got an angle grinder.
it's yeah, and
It's so odd.
his name is Wheel Clamp Man because he runs around with an angle grinder and
Did
cuts the boots off people's cars when they get booted for parking
Oh,
places they're not
wow.
supposed to.
So he's damaging people's properties. What I'm
Well,
hearing.
he's damaging like
city property.
property because he's helping people avoid the $135 fine.
Wow.
Oh wow.
But even more incredible,
He's the hero
and
we
that-
deserve.
Yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah, he has yet to be identified though. But the police are actually asking people for help turning him in because
Yeah,
it's
please.
a federal
Yeah,
offense.
no one's gonna turn him in.
to-
Kidding me?
Please help
to
me.
cut off.
Help us stop this man who is
Mm-hmm.
in this very obvious get up that like anybody half a mile down the road
Mm-hmm.
could spot this man. Please
Oh,
help
yeah.
us. Like we're so
So-
desperate.
He was tracked down by a weekend newspaper, but refused to disclose his name and said he was inspired by England's angle grinder man. So essentially, they're the exact same person.
Did they call angle grinders wheel clamps in Perth, Australia? Is that why it's wheel
Yeah,
clamp
yeah,
man?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
we call them car boots, or like wheel boots or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
But
Oh, wheel clamp.
there's a
man.
wheel clamps. Yeah.
I thought that they called that like the angle grinder a wheel
No.
clamp. I was like, that's a
No,
weird
that's
name.
an angle grinder.
Yeah, it's
No.
odd.
Okay.
No, then, but in England, it's Angle Grinder Man who did the exact same thing almost
Beautiful.
a decade ago, but he wore a blue leotard. And
You gotta mix it up.
He was also never identified. I just think it's.
Just a bunch of these guys running around.
He's a
But
hero.
the thing is, though, is he. I've never heard of either one of them. So, Angle Grinder Man
Wow, his
somehow
getup's way more official.
made, I don't know if it was the Facebook feed or the Reddit feed of Wheel Clamp Man, and he watched it and said, "Oh my gosh, I need to be this man." So just
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that he found him, like we had to search, and he was like, "No, that's my inspiration. It's my muse."
Huh.
Incredible.
Well,
Insane.
I think we've spent enough time on the superheroes.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
do have other things I want to get to. And we talked way too long about things that
Yeah.
Will Clamp Man, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to. I wonder what his day job is.
I don't know.
He,
I don't
I
care.
think
He
has
his
to
day
live with
job-
this idea.
No, he's like I imagine that he's like the sword of Gryffindor. Like he only appears in a time of need. You know, like he's not a real man. He just shows up.
Yes.
He's like an SCP or something.
I did have one more
Oh.
thing to show you guys.
Oh God.
I
Oh,
went
no.
ahead and found my own superhero. I found him on Reddit, and I think he's a hero that we need, and I'd like to see him in Phase 5 of the MCU.
This
Who
is
is
a
it?
painful transition.
It is. But here we go. It's on Reddit. It's titled "The Kind of Godlike Superpowers
Oh,
That
no.
Women Can't Resist."
No.
So let me just go ahead and start this.
I know what this is.
It's a video, by the way. Yeah, I've seen this too.
Yeah. So basically, it's a naked.
I'm
It's a naked guy. He's basically got a red fabric sheet over his junk, and he's got a plate, a plate and a cup over his junk, and he basically uses random objects to remove the tarp underneath.
Oh my God. It's like the first one's a tape measure.
Use a tape measure. Now he's got a fan, and he's putting it.
Oh no. No. No.
Look at how he's.
No, I don't like
Yeah,
it.
this is I don't even know how you describe this.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. You
He's
just gotta
got
see it.
You
a
don't.
cup and a saucer on his ass.
Oh,
And
you
he's
can,
using a
you can
fan.
probably hear it.
It's like imagine like him just coming up with this stuff on himself.
He's just finding new ways
I
to
don't.
pull a cloth out from underneath of a
Yeah,
cup
God,
of
it's a
saucer
paper
this too.
shredder.
without exposing his junk.
It's essentially like how you have like a table setting, and you take the fabric underneath and you just pull it really quickly, so you have all the stuff on top of it still. He's doing that,
Yeah.
except with a plate and
Over his genitals.
mug over his genitals.
I'm not gonna lie. I think this man was on America's Got Talent. I legitimately think I remember
Really?
seeing his audition.
I mean, it's
crazy.
I'll have to find it and I'll let you guys know next week.
Here you go. He's got a garbage or what is that? A paper shredder?
It looks like it.
Yeah, paper shredder.
Paper shredder shreds the paper as it slides underneath the.
He moved though. It's not even
Oh yeah,
fair.
he moves. This one he moves a lot. I don't. The mindset and like figuring all this out and just the time it takes.
Because it moves so slowly.
He's got like
my
a
God,
little
what is
dog.
that?
It's a little
It's like a toy that
yeah,
moves.
Oh my
robotic
God.
It's
dog.
attached to the fabric and it's pulling it away slowly.
So
But he
wrong.
has to like. He's like leaning away from it. He's like staring at the camera.
Oh.
Yeah, the way the
His
face he gives it.
expression never changes.
Now he's got fabric over his entire body, but it's stuffed inside of a motorcycle
Oh
mask.
my gosh, is he gonna
And when
flip
he
it up?
lifts the motorcycle mask
It's
up,
gonna. No.
it rips the whole tarp away.
Oh my
and keeps the
God.
stuff there. Okay, this is the last one here. He's basically got
Wait, is this stuff in every cup? Like,
no, I don't think so. This is the first time he
because
actually has
that's
stuff in the
yellow
cup.
and it suspiciously looks like urine.
Yeah, he looks like he's got like
He's got pee in that cup
yeah. He's just ripping them away.
because they
It's
need
so
to be drug
odd.
tested.
Spent a lot of time doing this.
Yeah,
He did, yeah.
an unnecessary amount of time.
That's an odd number of like placemats.
Right.
Like, what if this guy works for a restaurant and he's just wiping
Oh,
his junk
God.
all over?
Oh
his
yeah,
No.
it's like you see in like stuff like your placemats, like
Nope.
Like,
I-
yeah, gee, there's
wait,
a-
that's
there's
weird.
some-
This
a
looks
few
familiar.
pubes in my my placemat.
wow.
No.
All right, well, that closes out our superhero segment.
Yep.
I hope he shows up
No.
fighting alongside the likes of Thor and Ant-Man. So our next
And
thing,
Sledgehammer.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I literally made this outline today as we record this because I've been so busy with school and getting my job locked down. So for this next segment, I basically got on Reddit, on the AskReddit page, and we're going to take turns just asking each other
Questions.
questions that are found on Reddit.
Okay.
So
I'm down. I like
you guys pull it up here, or you can just look
Yep.
at it here on screen.
it. No, I can't see that direction.
I'll go ahead and find one first.
Okay.
Let's see.
Child is screeching.
I know. We'll start off with an easy one. What do you like most about yourself?
I don't like anything about myself.
Do you
Alex
like
doesn't like
that
anything
you
about
don't like
life,
anything
though.
about yourself?
I like that I have 4 functioning limbs. That's pretty cool.
That is. I mean, it's cooler than.
I'm grateful for
I'm
that.
trying to watch what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Having no limbs and being in a pillowcase could be fun.
It's true.
Probably not as fun as you'd think. We saw
You
what
go
that
in
went
like a
for Anakin.
backpack or something and like
Yeah.
ride on some like in
Be kinda
Men in
cool.
Black. How you have that dude with
Have a
two
whole
heads.
Professor Quirrell situation.
I don't have the strength for that. So there's
You
like
have
the
a lot
one
of core
guy
strength.
who's missing like a lot of limbs and he was still getting around and doing cool stuff. Like I don't know that I
Yeah.
could even do that. Like
I'd be too depressed to do it.
yeah, yikes.
What about you, Anna?
Something I like about myself. I don't know. I like the fact that I can do accents.
That is pretty dope.
Yeah.
I actually like you'll do it for so long, I forget
Yeah.
you're even doing it, and it just becomes normal. And then you could switch it up, and it confuses me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't changed it.
well, I like
Russian.
that. You know what? This isn't an easy one because
No, it's
you're right. there
hard,
isn't a
isn't
lot.
it?
Yeah.
I think it's because none of us like to talk about ourselves, though. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know,
It's just it's kind of.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Oh,
no, let him answer.
I have a question though.
Let him answer the question first.
Fine, answer the question.
I like.
Do it now.
I like that. I pass.
Oh my God,
Oh,
you're
there you go.
funny.
All right.
Like,
I
and
don't
you
think-
know you're funny.
I'm not really funny though. I just say things that normal people don't say, but they know it
That's fair.
exists. They just don't say it because
Okay, you know
they're
what?
normal.
Here you go. No, your ability to find the weirdest content on the internet.
You know what? Yeah, you know what I like about myself? I like
That's
my
a s-
YouTube.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
enough of a
Page.
degenerate.
That's a
that-
superpower. It really is. There you go. All right, Alex.
All right, here's my question. Thanos' less ambitious brother, Thaniel, is trying to remove
God.
half of something mildly inconvenient from the universe. What does he get rid of when he snaps?
I would say anyone taller than him.
So probably Thanos.
Yeah, gets rid of Thanos.
Does he
been-
like? Does he dust them, or does he just decrease their height?
I would say probably. I guess decrease everyone's height.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, decrease everybody's height, and to make himself the tallest because
Did you say
he's
his name was
Yeah.
Thaniel?
Thaniel.
Oh, God. Yeah, he's been shown up by Thanos his
Yes.
entire life.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm not as extreme as my brother, but I still have demands.
He took my army from me. A lot of people don't know that.
The army took what?
He took my army.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, Thaniel. Okay.
So what do you think Thaniel would get rid of, Anna?
Thaniel, I think, because it's what things that get in his way.
Yeah,
Or-
mildly inconvenient.
Oh, that mildly inconvenient. Well, if he's going to create everyone smaller than him or make himself taller, I guess, I would say maybe make doors bigger so that way he can get through them.
Just to make
I don't know.
himself feel taller?
Yeah.
Like feel bigger?
You know what I mean? Or maybe, well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if instead of reducing all of our height, he makes himself taller, then he'll have to duck every time he goes into a door.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
I like that. Or he just body switches with his brother.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's like a Freaky Friday or whatever. That's.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, mine's relatively, it's about the same. What celebrity can you absolutely not stand?
There's a lot.
Just, I know, but like the one that it doesn't matter who it is, you see them and you're like, oh my God, I can't.
Any of the Jenners.
Yeah.
I can't
Or the
stand any of them. They're
Kardashians,
so
yeah.
fake. Or the Kardashians, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
I get that. That's like,
I mean, I would be lying if I said I know a lot about them, but I know enough that I don't like them.
well, we just found out that over half of Kim's Instagram followers are fake.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's so ridiculous. And
Yeah.
I hate her whole. Just.
I mean,
she's. I think the closest we have to like an android. Like.
Yeah, and they make all this money for doing nothing. Like, just
Yeah, what do they do? I don't understand. I
Nothing.
just don't get it.
Like,
I mean, I know
well-
they got like makeup probably, right?
Yeah,
Some
but,
sort
like-
of cosmetic and
yeah, Kylie Jenner does, but like she started a GoFundMe in order to make herself the youngest billionaire in the world. Like,
and people gave
and
her
people
money for
did
that?
it. Yeah, that's
See,
the
that's our
crazy
problem.
thing.
It's not even
Yeah.
really these people. It's the people who
No,
put
it's-
these people
yeah.
in such high regards. I mean,
Yeah, it's just
I don't know. I'd
Yeah.
rather believe in the superheroes we have running around and
yeah,
and gangs than I would them.
yeah.
Because at least they're trying to do something productive. I know what
true.
they're trying to do. I have no idea what they're trying to do.
Right,
So,
Alex. What?
no, he gave his. I
Did
would
he?
go with what villain?
Who is Alex celebrity that you can't stand?
Whoops.
I love everybody.
Oh God.
Yeah, right here.
Mine's Amy Schumer. I just hate her. I can't stand anything
Yeah,
that comes
okay,
out
I
of her
can get
mouth.
behind that.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah, yikes.
Everything's a penis joke.
Ooh.
Like,
Brie Larson.
oh yeah, she's high up there right now.
Yeah, because she's all like,
You know what? How about Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby. He's a lovable guy.
Yeah, he's only in prison
Yeah.
for
You know,
doing
he-
things that aren't so lovable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you're around him, you're just so, relaxed. And
Yeah, it's just
Tired.
something.
Likes,
Just
she
share a
just wants to
drink
eat
with him.
pudding.
there's
Yeah.
lapses in time,
Yeah,
lots of pudding.
Just groggy
I
all
mean-
the time. Always sleepy.
Yeah. You always feel like you're waking up when you're around him.
Oh God.
All right. All right. What villain do you guys sympathize with the most?
Loki. Done.
Loki? That's a good one.
Yeah. I mean,
Finding out that he's not his parents.
yeah. Like he was basically kidnapped from a planet,
Basically
raised.
the same situation Daniel's in.
Well, maybe we don't really know Daniel's backstory.
Daniel, he's probably like a sick monster. He's like probably the brother who like killed animals and stuff. And then,
Yeah.
killed the neighbor's cat.
yeah.
Thanos always got blamed.
Let's be real. Thanos killed his brother to make it perfectly balanced. So,
They were supposed to be twins and he killed them like
Yeah.
in the womb.
yep.
He's got a couple of teeth sticking out the side of his back.
Yikes.
I'd say probably the Joker.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because it's like a testament to like the mental health of like people.
Yeah. I get that.
Like, especially in today's like the half the things the Joker does
Just
is
like how
things that people
cruel
are doing
people
right
can be.
now. And a lot of it's
Yeah,
just
that's-
crazy.
it's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, like all these shootings and like all this shit that happens. It's
I mean, wasn't it
people just not
was-
getting help or
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I would say Yondu.
Oh,
Yondu?
okay.
Yondu.
he just wanted a son.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted.
Yeah, he kept
I'm
the
Mary
rest of the
Poppins,
Ravagers
y'all.
from eating Quill.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, that was a great thing because I didn't care that much about Yondu until that last movie where they made you care about him. They forced it out of you and then they killed him off. So yeah, I'll give him Yondu.
Okay, I have one. What product or item do you think is just grossly overpriced? And like not due to like inflation or because like you can't use like gasoline because like everybody thinks gasoline's overpriced, but just like your everyday things.
LaCroix.
Yeah, LaCroix.
I don't even drink it anymore, but like they're charging like $5.
Yeah,
And it's like just water. What are you doing?
it's literally seltzer water.
Just water. Like, okay, yeah, we took discarded fruit rinds and we heated them up. Like, oh no, that's so hard.
Oh,
And put
Yeah.
it in a can and named it French names.
Yeah.
LaCroix. It makes it sound like it's all fancy
Yeah,
and
and
you
all
have to
the-
drink it out of a wine glass, but it's just
I'm not saying I hate it or anything, but like the price.
Yeah,
Holy,
and like
wow.
all the flavor names are French. Like you
I
have to try and
don't-
decipher what it is.
I have to go with Fig Newtons.
Fig Newtons.
Yeah,
I can't
because
tell you the last time I bought a fig Newton. I don't even know what the
honestly
price
can't
is.
either.
that's the
on
thing. They're
those things.
so expensive that why would you get them?
true.
Is
Because
that
they're
the reason
so.
why?
That's true.
Because yeah, when was the last time you had a Fig Newton?
I can't remember
Right?
honestly.
I mean, it's just you probably pass all the time in the store, but it's just like
Yeah,
so bland. It's like, why would you even get it?
Okay.
And I'll tell you the price because I bought some for my son. It's like $4 for
Oh my
a
god.
pack of just like a normal pack of thick noodles.
What?
Wow.
Seriously.
So
Oh my god.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
green.
Green? Are you gonna
Yeah.
go with green? Is that your final answer? What's your favorite color?
I don't have one.
That's not true.
No, seriously, like due to my job, like
No, when you were younger, what was your favorite color?
I don't know.
Magenta.
No.
That was
it
Emily's
never
favorite.
Mac
magenta.
and cheese yellow.
No. I'd
Poop
say
brown.
like burgundy maybe, like a dark red.
Ooh.
Something like that. Or blue. Really
See,
like blue.
Mine was cyan when I was younger.
Oh,
I just-
cerulean blue specifically, I do remember.
Okay, there you go.
See, I don't know any of that.
Yeah, see,
I know
that's
I like
my problem.
a darker green, not like super dark, but like
No.
forest
y-
green?
Yeah,
like
he
the
likes
lime
like a
green is one of
forest
my
green.
least favorite colors. So
Yeah,
like
that's
the bright stuff
horrible.
is I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like the dark green, kind of
Yeah, like a forest green
like
or
a little bit lighter than the green arrow,
I'm
like
sorry.
how his.
You know what? I'm sorry that
outfit
we
is.
even asked this question.
Okay.
I'm sorry I even asked this question because we're expecting people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I want to hear these three,
Three people.
Idiots.
just people in the middle of the Midwest just talk about their favorite color. That's what I want.
Okay. What is your favorite random fact to blow people's minds with?
Life is meaningless.
Oh god.
I have watched
Everyone-
Human Centipede more than 5 times.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. Yikes.
What?
Oh yeah, I've seen the second one about 3, and the third one I've seen
Hopefully one time.
4 or 5.
No.
And the only reason I didn't watch the second one as much is because that is the grossest movie I think I've seen.
It's horrible.
And that one's in black and white. And normally I hate things that are in black and white.
Yeah, you do.
There's only one part that's color, and that's it's when like human shit gets on the screen. That's the only color part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess my random fact, if I would have said it 2 years ago, would have gotten me fired. But because I no longer am employed by this person, I can say it. If you ever go to the movie theater, like any major chain, and they ask you if you want to make it your popcorn a large for 80 cents more or whatever, don't do it because it's the exact same size as the medium.
Yikes.
Yeah, they put it in a tub to make it seem like it's bigger, but really you're just paying for that quote unquote free refill.
Yikes.
It's actually the same size. So don't fall for it.
I guess if I had to come up with one on the spot, it would be none of the atoms in your body are touching each other.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's like a great deal of space
Of course
between
you
the
would
atoms
know that
in your body,
information.
like a great deal of space.
Wow.
In fact, I think if every atom from every human being that's alive right now were to be combined into this,
Well, can
Like-
atoms touch in general?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think they can.
But if they were all to be able to touch,
Right.
we could compress the entire human race into the size of a sugar cube.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, with the same amount of atoms.
Would you eat that sugar cube?
Yes. I don't,
Then
think
you
I don't
would.
think it would taste as good as actual sugar, but you don't know.
You could flavor it with actual sugar.
Sure, sprinkle a little sugar on there.
Okay, I think that's enough of the questions. We're at, where are we at here? We're at an hour and 13 minutes.
Okay, that's not terrible. I thought it was worse.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got one thing left to talk about.
Okay.
I
What do
don't
you
know
got?
a lot about it. I just know how I feel about it.
Do you know nothing about it?
I know nothing about it. Have we used that too much? You think?
No, it's literally
Not
the
en-
title of our
not enough.
podcast.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want people to get the idea that I do know. All right, so all these shootings that have happened
Yeah.
has sparked the conversation that video games are the cause of gun
Ah,
violence.
yes.
Even President Trump has talked and tweeted about. He said, "We must stop the
and-
glorification of violence in our society. This includes the gruesome and grisly video games that are now commonplace. It's too easy today for troubled youth to surround themselves with a culture that celebrates violence. We must stop or subsequently reduce this, and it has
Substantially
to
reduced.
whatever, and it has to begin immediately."
Can I paint a picture for you?
Oh God.
The year is 1961.
Okay.
Violence is introduced to humanity for the first time. We had never known violence
Let
before
me
this
guess,
date.
in the form of Pac-Man.
Pong.
Pong.
They drag out the Pong machine, and you know what? Later that night, those kids murdered their parents.
Oh God.
Those
Wow.
kids grabbed their parents' weapons that they saved from World War One. That didn't happen because video games weren't created yet, and went to school the next day and shot the place up.
Yep, that's how
Wow.
it happened.
Like,
Because the one kid lost a Pong, and he was very upset about it.
oh yeah.
I mean,
Now there have been each of the last year there have been studies on the effects of video games and gun violence,
right,
and
like
literally
ever since
nothing-
Columbine, right? Like,
Nothing
yeah.
has been proven. Nothing shows video games have
No.
anything to do with that.
It's just
and
it's
if
an-
anything, it shows that it stops it
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
Yeah.
It's an outlet for kids.
Right.
Now, there are games out there that they're pretty intense,
Right.
but
Yeah.
to make that leap from playing Call of Duty to loading up your this isn't a video game problem. This is a mental
No.
health problem.
Yeah.
And also
This is a
societal problem.
yeah
in the
society
fact-
problem. This is things that we need to fix, but we're blaming things that
Right. Like
have already been proven not to work.
instead of blaming video games, why don't we talk about the fact that there's parents who are letting their children who are clearly younger than the age rating on these games to,
Oh, yeah.
to play them. Like
yeah.
maybe don't do that.
I wish I had the statistic. I read it.
Yeah.
Again, you guys are free to look any of this up. I know it exists because I've seen it. But it's also just common knowledge. America, there's so much gun violence that happens in America. But video games, that's everywhere. But nowhere
Right.
has gun violence like America has.
Well, that's not true. We actually don't lead the world in gun violence much to people's kind of
Like mass shootings.
yeah. We actually don't. I have to look up exactly where it is, but it's not us. We're like 4th or 5th on the list, actually.
Are we talking like
Yeah.
actual big countries, or are we talking like
Yeah,
tiny,
no.
small?
Like yeah, like
And not just like simple like there's a lot of people who shoot.
Yeah, no,
someone-
I know, like,
someone
yeah,
or like
by-
someone goes and shoots up an entire
yeah, like by the
organization.
definition of like a mass shooting, yeah.
Yeah, which is like 4 to
It's any more than like 5 or something like that. But anyway, yeah. Regardless.
Regardless,
Yeah.
video games are everywhere. So gun violence isn't everywhere like
Right.
America.
Yeah.
Yes, it's in other places, but to say that it's from video games is ridiculous.
It's
and most
just-
of these
yeah.
people that come out and say they are shooting up the place don't even mention. No one's mentioned. Oh, I played Call of Duty and now I have to
Yeah,
go.
you know what? I
Right.
have the same logic. All right, so
Or like for Master Commander. Like, you know.
Japan has video games, right?
Yeah.
But Japan doesn't have the shootings. Okay, but you know what Japan has that we don't have?
What?
Tentacle porn. So naturally,
God.
tentacle porn is the solution to gun violence.
No,
You
that's
see, everybody.
no.
hentai.
That's how it
No.
works.
No.
That's how this logic
No.
works, anyway.
Well, that's
But-
how they. Yeah, that's how they.
I mean,
Yeah.
also by that logic, you know, if we're going to blame video games, any kid who played airsoft
Yeah.
or paintball, like I feel like that would be more
The problem is
that would be more of a problem because you're physically shooting another person.
we find
Oh,
it
yeah.
very easy to demonize things that we don't understand, and a lot of these.
Or that it's just easy. It's a cop out.
It is, yeah. A lot of these older
one of the
people.
companies behind Grand Theft Auto, which I know growing up, that's one of those
Yeah.
games that my parents could regurgitate as being. I don't want you to play. I don't know, Grand Theft Auto because that's like something that everyone knows about.
Yeah, 'cause
For the most part.
you kill people
Because
and
you
steal
can
their
literally do
cars,
whatever
like-
you want in that game.
Yeah.
If you want to be a psychopath and just start killing random people on the street, you can.
Yeah.
If you just want to follow the laws and just drive like a normal person, you're weird, but you can do that.
I mean, it's
did
called
it.
Grand Theft Auto. Like the
Yeah,
entire
you can
point
do
is to commit a
whatever you
felony.
want. So
But you don't see all the kids from our generation going out and carjacking people.
Yeah.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
I mean, it kind of it kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some of this is.
It's illogical.
Oh yeah. So
just not-
I mean, some of it's hate crimes. Some of it's people just mentally disturbed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It just bothers me, and The only reason I wanted to talk about this is because I came across an article where Walmart is pulling.
Yes.
They pulled violent video game signs, and basically they wanted to stop. They stopped showing, for instance, hunting videos that show like people using the guns and stuff like that. And I just think that's completely ridiculous because
It's so irritating.
these are actual businesses that are relying on. They have their products out there, and to stop selling, because they still sell guns, they still sell these video games, but
Right.
they're just not putting them out there like they are supposed to.
Just not advertising it.
do.
Yeah.
I think it's not fair to the people who actually work on it. And Take-Two, I mentioned Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
One of the people who are behind that game, the CEO of it, he just doesn't think it's fair because
No, it's not.
there are people who worked hard on that product,
Yeah.
and to see their product being blamed for all this hate, even though it's already been proven not to be
Yeah.
the reason, is just ridiculous. And having all
Yeah.
these people in office like Trump, who knows nothing about video games. I mean,
Right.
if I gave him an Xbox controller, I seriously doubt he could work his way around it.
Yeah.
And these people have no idea. The trial for Facebook. We actually talked about this in my class, my college class. You had all these people up there asking Zuckerberg questions about Facebook, and some of these questions were downright ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think didn't one of them ask a question about like, why is my iPhone doing this? And Mark Zuckerberg's like, I don't own Apple. Like, we're not
Yes,
related to
they
Apple.
don't
Yeah.
understand. They don't understand. Like, there's such a huge disconnect between people who don't even use it. I
Right.
guarantee some of them don't even know how to use their phones.
Yeah.
And they
Well, that's
they don't know the
problem.
difference.
We, the people that we've elected to delete us are so far removed and so far distant from like the average American now, because things have been moving at such a rapid pace and technology has affected our lives in all these crazy ways, but it's affected them less so because it hasn't really needed to. And
Yeah.
just that they're old. Older people don't adapt to technology as well. And they're afraid of new things like video games.
Well, yeah, or it's not even that they can't adapt to it. It's just they've lived their life without internet. Half their life they lived without it. Over half. So
Yeah.
to change their way of life, internet was such a huge thing for a lot of people, but I mean, that's one thing. They know the internet that exists and all that, but to access it in the ways that I'd say
Our generation does.
generation can, I mean, they just don't know. Even now, I know 10-year-olds who know Facebook in and out.
Oh, yeah.
I do not. They've
Yeah.
updated Facebook so much, I don't even know what you can do with it.
Yeah, just
I am
track.
capable of. I know how to research it. I can
Figure
learn
it
about
out,
it.
yeah.
So I am capable of that because I grew up with the internet.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we have a little bit of an advantage. But over time, something new is going to come out. We'll be the same boat.
And we'll be the same old people who don't know anything about
I
technology.
don't think that we should have these kind of people having a platform where they can just talk about this. I think we need some sort of, I don't know,
There almost
committee
needs-
or something that
Yeah.
of people who actually know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about someone who's put in place who also doesn't know what's going on.
No, yeah. I understand. Like a third party committee of
Yeah,
other
my
tech
professor,
people.
he mentioned that there are so many questions that he said he felt embarrassed by the questions they
Yeah.
asked because there are actual issues that
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facebook
they
was
just-
doing.
Oh, yeah.
They're
And
just
they
not
just didn't.
capable of addressing them because they just don't understand what's
know.
happening.
Yeah, they didn't address it because they had no idea what they were talking about.
Right.
So, in Trump's case, like he has no idea he has no proof that video games are the cause of that.
I wish-
So that's kind of
yeah.
like calling a witch hunt on all these.
I wish we could get more scientists and more technology experts and people like that in on these issues, because and just people who have more general knowledge and can easily,
Or even
Figure these things
video
out.
game developers. I mean, you can't tell me they haven't done that sort of research before they make these games. I mean, people literally do it with movies. I mean, they'll delay there's a movie coming out called The Hunt that, who is it, Paramount or Universal? Like, they're not even releasing it anymore because it was about, I don't know, these rich people hunting blue collar people, basically.
yeah.
And now after all the shootings, they're not even going to release it. So, I mean, people know about it and they know the effect that
I want to know
things.
what. So here's a guy.
Yeah.
Or a quote. I'm seeing his name Patrick here. What's his full? Who is this guy? Oh, Texas Governor Dan Patrick.
Yes.
This is what he said about these shootings. We've always had guns, always had evil, but I see video games. I see a video game industry that teaches young people to kill.
No.
That's so ridiculous. There's no difference from me sitting down and playing a video game and watching like John Wick. Yes, in the video game, I can control that person. Those are my actions, but it's still in a very guided way. It's still
Right.
like, you buy a Call of Duty game, you know what it is. It's a story.
Yeah. And
It's not just you get on there and it's mindless killing. You know,
no, and
this-
it's very clearly like animated. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's fake. I mean, I would have there's more of a premise to me that movies have more of an impact
yeah,
because
they
it's physical
glorify
people.
it in a way. Like John Wick.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel for him. You want him
cheer
to do that. You
when
want
he
him to
kills
give it-
someone in
Oh,
an
yeah.
innovative way.
When he
Like-
kills that dude with a pencil, I'm like, pfft,
or a book in
you-
the new one.
hell yeah.
Like, and then
I
puts
mean-
the book back in the library.
yeah.
If I see a Koopa on the street, I'm just going to pull out my concealed carry and take it out. All right. That's the training that
Right.
if I see a Goomba out here,
Yeah.
I
For-
mean,
there's one of the videos that are out. Trump made this whole montage of video
Right.
games,
Yeah.
and I watched it, and it's basically about a bunch of different video games that were violent. And a lot of them is the one that stood out to me was it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I think it was 2.
2.
he's just
where-
pandering to his old audience of
Well, they
conservative boomers.
he talks about. He was talking about gun violence and how it relates to video games. And he was showing all these clips, and there's a clip where they're in an airport, and you're just
Yeah.
basically firing your gun on all these civilians
Right.
that are at the airport. Okay, when you watch it objectively, like, yes, that looks bad,
But to get to that point,
but to get to that point, you don't even. He doesn't explain. There's no context. I mean, you could do that with anything, and it just look bad.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, man pushes old man down the elevator. I'm like, oh,
Right.
you feel for that old man. Like, how dare he push an old man down the elevator?
But what literally do
what
you
they don't
know?
say is that old man was naked and had a knife and was charging him.
Right.
All right. So in that context, you don't want to shoot those people. You're actually I mean, I haven't played this game forever, but
you're taking the view of a terrorist.
you're undercover. You're not actually.
Were you undercover?
I'm pretty sure you were undercover. You're like trying to blend in with them. So you were shooting to not give away your identity or the fact
Wow.
that you weren't a part of them.
Side note: how far undercover is that? I mean, is it legal for him to do that? If you're just, I was undercover.
It's
I shot all the
that's,
civilians.
That's just it. That's just it. It's a video game,
yeah, exactly.
right? I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's not meant to be.
It's not meant to
accurate.
be taking that. And I seriously do not believe that people are shooting people or having that idea in their head because of video games.
I
If
agree.
anything, it's the way that we glorify these people on the news. These news people that are talking about how video games cause violence. It's like,
Yeah.
I think it's the way that we're talking about these shooters and
Yeah.
Just
all the
desperate
stuff.
for
It
answers.
just puts that seed in people's mind, like, oh yeah, this is something. I'm not saying we can't talk about it. I mean, it happens.
But like,
I mean, that's no, like, when I see that, see that, oh, another school shooter or another shooting of Walmart or something.
yeah.
I just when I see that, it's like, oh, this is just a normal thing. I don't think of video games. I think that
I can't tell you how many times I got done, finishing a playthrough of Halo and just the urge to shotgun melee the first person that, I come across and just
Oh, yeah.
teabag his corpse.
No.
oh yeah, I don't go to the cemetery and just start teabagging like cemetery plots.
Yeah, no, if anything, like you said, it's almost can be like an outlet for people who, you've had a stressful week and you can
Yeah,
go
honestly,
and
when I play
play.
games,
Yeah,
I don't think of that. I think
Yeah.
I am in my own world. Maybe I'm a monster in this world and I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. I'm just running
Yeah.
people down.
Right.
When I turn that game off, I drive like 5 over the speed limit. That's like the most I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right? I mean, I don't.
people demonize things that they don't understand or they don't even take part of.
Yeah.
And you can even look at the meme that's like, see, this is why I don't like video games. They appeal to the male fantasy, you know,
Oh,
that
yeah.
whole meme, you know?
Yeah.
Because do you think she actually plays video games? No,
No.
she doesn't.
No.
She's just projected like what she thinks is the problem onto this thing that she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Because she thinks that by
100%.
stopping that'll solve the problem. But no, that's not how it
that,
works.
that leads me to one of my favorite memes I saw today, where it's like Karen, when she realizes she played Pac-Man on Windows 98.
Are we the baddies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like now they realize, oh no, now I'm gonna go shoot up a place because I played Pong 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Pac-Man was violent.
Yeah, I mean, Pac-Man was fun. I mean, you're being chased around by ghosts. You're eating things. You
Yeah.
can pick up fruit, and you're literally eating ghosts, spirits.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
messed up.
demonic, honestly.
And like, what was like the space game? Space
Invaders. Yeah, you're
I
blowing
mean,
up
you're
and killing aliens. You don't know the context there.
no.
Maybe you're the one invading them,
Exactly.
and you're just killing.
Maybe those are
Piece of
good,
wood.
like good God-fearing aliens that you just straight up murder
right.
in cold blood. They're in formation for like a parade or something. You're just out
What
there,
if,
like
what if those ships are actually from another human colony that we've already colonized space? So it's just called Space Invaders. We don't know if those are actually aliens or not. Maybe they're just.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good point.
yes, they're
maybe
aliens.
somebody's
yeah.
just been using weird rhetoric, like calling these other humans invaders.
Yeah, I don't know. This whole witch hunt for video games and gun violence.
And the thing is it's not even like a Democratic or Republican issue. Like it's just, I think it's a generational issue. To be completely honest,
Yeah, it's
you know, it's anyone over the age of 40 really just
Yeah.
not understanding.
an hour and a half.
Okay,
That-
well, we can probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
that
probably
sounds
getting
probably good.
close to wrapping this up here.
Sorry.
So anyway,
is just
we're pretty much wraps up our episode.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, we're thinking about moving the release dates.
yes, we're thinking of changing the release dates, recording over the weekend and releasing our videos on Monday. I think it just makes more sense for. I would say when I listen to podcasts, I listen to them while I'm driving to work or just long drives. But
Yeah.
It gives you the chance to break it up over the week, you know, so you don't have to sit down and listen to it all at once, but throughout your week as you're driving or as you're doing whatever, you can, you know, throw it on for a few minutes during the drive and then
Then if you get sick
Keep
of
it
us,
going.
turn it off.
oh yeah,
Turn it
yeah.
on
So
later.
that's my plan to have them on Monday. Again, I want to have maybe a second show.
Yeah.
It won't be as long. I don't want it to be as long as like
like
these have been going.
20 minutes.
You know, just a quick 20,
yeah.
30-minute thing, if that. And if you have any suggestions, just send it to us on Facebook, or you can get on our
Instagram.
we're on
or
Instagram,
Reddit.
Twitter, you know, wherever you
We're
want
on
to.
Reddit, right, Alex?
sure.
God.
We're getting there.
You've had
we're
3 weeks.
We're
Just do
growing
it.
and expanding all the time. So please join us.
Yeah, we're actually almost at 100 downloads for episode 1.
Yeah.
We're at around 30 for episode 2. So we're actually got a decent amount of downloads from all over the United States.
If you guys have anything you want to show us, maybe you have your own superhero or opinion on something that we've said.
Or maybe you
Take
are
it-
a
take it to-
superhero.
yeah, take it to Facebook, take it to Twitter. Let us know.
Yeah, just hey Josh, you know nothing. Let me school you on.
Yeah, prove him wrong, please.
Yeah,
Right.
please prove me wrong, because I do know nothing and I did very little research. So please.
Enlighten us.
Yeah, if you like what you hear, please share it. Like
Please
share
share
it to your friends. Yeah, I mean we're
Right.
just starting out, so
You don't have to share it. Just tell people.
Yeah.
with your mums, with your dads,
yes.
with your estranged
brother-in-law.
sure.
we're also looking to. I want to interview people. I want to bring people in
Yeah.
and just give an extra element to this. So I have a few people in mind that I want to reach out to. But if you want to come on, if you have something interesting, or honestly, we're not going to get Leonardo DiCaprio to come on.
Yet.
Listen,
I mean, he
Lil
will
Dicky
be begging
managed
to
to
come on
get
soon.
Leonardo DiCaprio, so
Yeah. Well, if you would like to be on, you can still message us. We can try and fit you in,
Yeah.
especially if you live nearby.
definitely.
I'm working on trying to make it so if you don't live nearby, we can do Skype call, Discord, or whatever. And you can just,
Weigh in.
weigh in. You can have we can have an extra set of voices.
Yeah, pop on in, say a little hello.
We'll
Yeah.
make you famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as long as you get us famous first, and then we'll.
Yeah, okay.
Well, no, if we have them on and then they show everyone they know.
Yeah, in 10 years when we have like 1 billion downloads and we're a household name.
Someone
there'll
will
be people
finally
back-
know who you are.
Yeah,
you
they'll
mean
look
by the
back.
end of this year when our mom has clicked the download link 40 times?
Yeah.
You get that ad revenue.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that closes us on our episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you hopefully next week.
Tag her in.
Figure it.
Tag her in.